Elliot, we are in a place right now that has some of the most stunning landscapes I have ever seen in my life. What is this place and why are we here?
We're in Timna Park, on the southern end of the Negev. Maybe we should place ourselves. We can see Jordan off to the east, the mountains of Edom, the Jordanian border down at the bottom of that slope.
Edom meaning the Edomites from the Bible.
Yes, from this area to the south. Midian further to the south, biblical Midian.
Sure.
That valley continues to Eilat, Israel's southernmost city. Back here over the mountains, not too far away, the Egyptian border with Sinai. Remember, we're in that narrow V coming down to the bottom of the southern tip of Israel.
Near the Red Sea.
Near the Red Sea, the Gulf of Eilat, Gulf of Aqaba. And this park is in a valley, and really, aside from the beauty, and just the natural beauty of all of it, I would say the claim to fame of this place, historically, is that there's copper here, copper ore, which was discovered some 5,000 years ago, but really developed and worked by the Egyptians some 3,300 years ago, and we'll be seeing some of the mines.
Yeah, we're going to go into those mines. Yeah. And that was roughly around the period of Pharaoh from the Bible and the time of Moses,
yes,
where Egypt was a real power in this region.
Exactly. It was around the time, give or take a century, of the Exodus. So, yeah, Egypt, a regional power for sure. And they extend out here, and I think it's important to understand, this doesn't become Egypt. It becomes part of Egyptian influence. Gotcha. They establish a massive copper mining industry here to ship back to Egypt. Later on, a few hundred years later, Solomon will work his way down here and do the same. The Egyptians will retreat a little bit further away.
As the Davidic dynasty
rises and pushes them back.
Yeah, and Elliot, you mentioned we're in the Negev. For folks at home, so you know, that means we're in the desert. It's the Negev desert. It's hot. It's about 106 degrees Fahrenheit, but a stark beauty out here.
Yeah, Negev actually means dry. It's not just hot, but you can see.
I can see and feel why.
That's right.
Okay, the Egyptians this is a major source of revenue for them with the copper mining. Then you mentioned the rise of that Davidic dynasty. What comes next here in Timna Park?
Well, Solomon comes and continues. Now, here also, I think important for us to understand, while all this is going on, the Israelites know that there's copper down here because they've learned it. In other words, it's ancient times, but people travel, they're talking, they don't have internet, but there's communication. As the Egyptians withdraw with the defeat of the Philistines, further back, sort of across the desert, so the Solomonic kingdom pushes down into this area, and it begins to exploit the copper ore down here as well.
So this is almost the southernmost point of Solomon's kingdom?
The southernmost point of the influence of the kingdom, I would say. Okay.
So this was definitely a Solomonic sphere of influence under King Solomon. Wow. Exactly. And this stretches, as you were saying, pretty far south. We're hours from Jerusalem.
Yes, we're hours from Jerusalem and through the desert. And that's critical to understand because to extend out here also requires a great deal of power.
Yes, and that dynasty under David and especially under Solomon grew in power and influence across this region.
Right, until the split, of course.
Yeah, of course. Well, we have so much amazing geology here and just natural formations. I see the hand of God here, the amazing beauty, Elliot. But we also have some man-made structures here, ancient man-made structures from some 3,300 years ago that we're going to take a look at right now. And we're talking Egypt a little bit here, right?
Correct.
Lead the way, my friend.